All right. Oh, here we go. I was going to do a live video, but today's too hectic. I'm trying to figure out my schedule just as much as everybody else is trying to figure out their schedules. Maybe I'll try some live classes tomorrow. A lot of places are getting bogged down for live streaming because of the most obvious of reasons. So today for your yoga practice, we're just going to take you through some really basic and simple things. And I'm doing this from home mainly because you guys are at home and you have plenty of your distractions, hence why you like going to a studio. And then I have my distractions, which you see two of them right now. The two most ornery ones are outside at the moment, so they're probably going to come crashing in. So I'm also doing this because there's a lot of chaos and uncertainty and stress going on, and to be able to find that peace within the uncertainty or the chaos. And we got to be able to do that from home as well. Which is difficult. It gets us upset and short and snappy and such. And let people know that you need a few moments or a half hour, 45 minutes to do your thing, do their best to not disturb you, include them in on the whole thing, or ask them. My roommate's upstairs he knows that he'll probably sneak by or whatever because he's seeing me do all this stuff, and I know there's a glare and such. So that's also my deal, trying to figure out what the heck is going on, how to set my stuff up. Do I go to the studio when nobody's there, etc. So some people like the gentleness, because that's what gives them peace. Some people like to do something really hard because that really relaxes them. And then sometimes those two things do the complete opposite of what you want to do. So personally, I'm one of those who I kind of like a bit more vigorous practice, but at the same time, it doesn't always serve me. So we're just going to kind of go right in between. We're just going to do some basics, some stretch and some strength postures so you can start to sort your temporary new world out for the moment, okay? So all I'm going to have you do, and of course my dogs are going to come busting in, okay? So there's going to be some moments where it's going to catch you by surprise. It's going to catch me by surprise. Maybe your dogs are doing it, or your kids, or whatever. So I'm just going to have you start in child's pose, just like we would always do in class. The knees can be wide, the knees can be close, the arms can be out, the arms can be alongside the body, whatever and how that works for you. Okay, so I'm going to get in and out of postures pretty regularly. So once you see me get in the posture, just stay there. And if you see me pop out, there's no reason for you to pop out. So simply just take in some nice deep breaths in through the nose and out. That in and of itself will begin that centering aspect of calmness throughout the body. Okay? And just take a couple and more deep breaths in and exhales. How you want to exhale, if it's open mouth, it's up to you. It helps get some of that stagnant air out. So I'm going to have you find an inhale. We're going to curl the toes under, lifting up the hips, straightening out the legs, moving into down dog, feeling free to pedal, to kick, to twist. And again, just getting these little aches and tightnesses just out of the body. And then we're just going to inhale, push back. Exhale, you can walk or jump your feet to your hands. And when you get in, you can take your feet hips width apart, so that's approximately 2 fists in between, but you certainly can go farther if you would like. Feel free to interlace the hands back behind the back, to get into the chest and shoulders. That does actually help release the back a little bit. If you want, you can take the backs of the hands either to the floor, slide them all the way underneath the feet. Now let's say you can't get the hands all the way down. That might mean you just have to bend the knees just a bit more to get them there. Maybe that's still just not feasible either. You can take your other hand and bend that hand back just a bit. Tucking the chin to the degree that you can still breathe and swaying that torso. Again, it's just move and release. And just start to let that body start to enjoy that releasing of tension and tightness. So bringing the hands to the floor. And then we're going to inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to bring the arms out to the side, moving through the half lift. Contracting the shoulder blades, squeeze those cheeks, push the hips forward. Exhale, fold. Now you can either bring the hands to your heart center or you can swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back to your high to low. You can do this from your knees or your toes, going down to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And if you want to just hang out here, pushing the heart forward. And again, just getting that release through the body. Feel free before finding your down dog. And as always, pedaling, kicking, or twisting. We're not going to hang out here long, just mainly because stress levels are high, so the body's only going to be able to take on so much at the moment. And so inhale, push back. Exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, moving through the half lift, contracting the shoulder blades, squeeze those cheeks, push the hips forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back. It is your high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Thank you. Exhale, down dog. And again, feeling free to paddle, to kick, to twist. And of course, if you have that added bonus of a puppy, just go down and hug that puppy. Work with some of these distractions to the best of your ability, okay? And so inhale, push back. Exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Arms out to the side, moving through the half lift, contracting the shoulder blades, squeeze those cheeks, push the hips forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back. Your high to low, again, toes or knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And see, sometimes when you just simply work with it and ignore it, they go away. So you can still finish in peace. At least my puppy side, I gather kids won't do that per se. Inhale, push back. Exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. So now you're just going to bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale into Utkatasana, whether the arms are up over your head or at your heart. That's up to you. So we're going to pause on the inhale. So we're going to inhale or exhale. Inhale, come on up to standing. Exhale, side bend. I'm still trying to figure out my phone and my placement in the room. And exhale, fold. And then inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back. Of course, as long as I'm on the ground, it's perfect. I thought I had it set up perfect. But it doesn't matter about perfect. Inhale, your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. So you're going to stay on the back toes. Engage the glutes. You're going to interlace the hands back behind the back. Now you want to use those glutes, those abs to help pull you up. Just lift the heart just a bit. Keep the glutes tight and then exhale, release. Hands to the floor, stepping back. Now at any point in time, you want to skip this vinyasa part. You can skip that vinyasa. Okay. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Again, we want to stay on the back toes. Engage the glutes for stability. Interlacing the hands back behind the back. Use those glutes, those abs to help pull you up. And if you wobble, just go a little slower. It's not about catching up or being behind. And then hands to the floor, stepping back, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And again, just feeling free to pedal, to kick or twist. And then inhale, push back. Exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And then bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana. We're pausing on the exhale. Again, I'm just going to turn so you can see. And then inhale to standing. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale to standing. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale to standing. Exhale, fold. Again, I'm simply turning for view purposes. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back. High to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Staying on the back toes. Engage the glutes. Again, that's for stability. Interlace the hands back behind the back. You want to use the glutes, those abs, to help pull you up. Keep the glutes and abs engaged as you let go and hands to the floor. Stepping back, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Staying on the back toes. And again, re-engage those glutes for stability. Interlacing the hands back behind the back. Use the glutes, the abs to help pull you up. Release, keep the glutes and abs engaged. And hands to the floor. Stepping back, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And again, just once again, we pause. Now, say you're already finding that maybe your strength gas tank is lower than you thought, or it's closer to empty. You can always come down to a child's pose and rest and pause before we get going again. So inhale, push back. Exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana. Again, I'm just turning around. Inhale to standing. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale to standing. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale to standing. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back. Your high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, staying on the back toes. Engaging the glutes for stability. Interlacing the hands back behind the back. Glutes, abs, those arms help pull you up. Keep the glutes engaged to help you come out of the move with stability. Hands to the floor. And stepping back, high to low. Up dog to down dog. And then inhale, left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Staying on the back toes. Re-engaging the glutes. Interlacing the hands back behind the back. Using those glutes, those abs to help pull you up. Keep them engaged as you release. Again, that's for stability, which we need a lot of affirming of stability. And finding your down dog. Okay? This always gives you a good idea of what your gas tank is like. And again, you might find it's closer to empty than you realized. And so you start adjusting, and I'll do my best to guide that. And then inhale, push back. Exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Now bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, Utkatasana. So we're just going to pause and hold this move just a bit. All right, now, if having the arms up over your head is uncomfortable on the neck or the shoulders, and all the way down through the lower back. That's really an indicator to bring the arms either into cactus, to the lats are just super tight, and as you go up, it's just making it incredible, that incredible tightness, and you're not going to get a stretch from that, from the lats anyway, okay? So you start adjusting, either here, I'm going to turn diagonal, or you can be here, okay? You still want to activate that upper back, okay? Now, ladies, I need you to take at least a hips width distance apart. Again, it's only 2 fists in between. Our pelvis is a little different than men's. It's a little wider, so having the feet right next to each other actually doesn't serve those knees or the hip or the ankle very well, okay? So I'm gonna, and anytime you've got to get out, shake it out, go back into it, okay? So I like to talk on Utkatasana, okay? So there's this spreading of the floor concept. Now, it's not moving my feet. You push the feet outward without moving them. So it's like you're trying to spread that space apart in between your feet. It's not about rolling to the outer edge of the feet, but you focus in on that big toe joint and push outward. You're gonna feel that tightness move up through the bottom half for stability, because you cannot engage the glutes as you find depth because you're stretching, okay? Now, you can take any depth for your squat that you want. Deep squatting isn't bad. It's the joint, you, the person coming into it, okay? I know that was a lot. There's a lot to this move. So we want to think spread the floor, draw the belly in, think contract the backs of those shoulder blades towards each other. Let's find an inhale. As you're ready to exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk or jump back your high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Now your back foot, this time you're going to ground the outer edge of the foot into the floor. You re-engage the glutes. Use those glutes to help pull you up for warrior one, okay? This is what it looks like from this view. I'm going to turn so you can see from the front. I'm not going to get too technical today on this. We're already overwhelmed and overloaded. I don't need to overwhelm and overload you on every single move, okay? But we do ground the outer edge of the foot in the floor, re-engage the glutes, slide those shoulders down the back. Now, let's just find another inhale. Again, I'm going to adjust so you can see what's going on. And as you're ready to exhale, you open up warrior two. And again, get more connected with engaging the glutes, lower abdominals, upper back. Don't get overwhelmed on it doesn't look right. Get connected with it feels right, okay? I've got other videos on my YouTube that go over technique, okay? So now we're just keep those glutes active. It's a grounding tool. Inhale, reaching up for a reverse warrior. And we're just gonna find an exhale and go into extended side angle. Now, if your forearm is on the thigh, don't relax into it. Make sure it's still strong. We still engage the glutes. We still draw the belly in. Still a strength pose. Use those glutes, those abs to help pull you back up. Exhale, we're going to pivot on that back toe as I fall over to find my hands on the floor. That's where it's heading anyway. Just got there a little faster, okay? So I'm going to fall on these postures as well, run through the vinyasa. None of this is perfect, nor should it be. It should be the best that you can do. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Again, we take that right foot, we ground the outer edge of the back foot into the floor. We re-engage the glutes. Glutes, abs, pull you up to help you find, again, your warrior one. And again, just think, slide the shoulders down the back, re-engage the glutes. We want to move from the torso, which is your core, outward, okay? Now, Find another inhale as you're ready to exhale. Open up, warrior two. And again, first go into glutes, lower abdominals, upper back. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. And again, we're not resting in the arm. Re-engage, because you should be able to do this, okay? That way you can still work that central core. And then we re-engage the glutes to abs to help pull you back up for reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And then inhale, push back, exhale, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bring the arms out to the side, moving through the half lift, contracting the shoulder blades, squeeze those cheeks, push the hips forward. This exhale, bring your hands to your heart. All right, so we're just gonna go through some really basic balance postures, okay? So I'm gonna have you, I'm still trying to find that right angle. And here's Dixie, you've been seeing Daisy come in, and Louie. All right, so we're just gonna go into tree. I have you start with the easiest option first, because ego-wise can deal with making it harder easier than trying to get you to back off, okay? So I'm gonna have you lean into whichever leg you want. This is my left leg, okay? And so we're just going to bring the heel to the ankle, toe is on the ground, but we want to engage your butt. Re-engage those glutes so you've got stability. Glutes are with that first chakra, with the second chakra. We need a lot of grounding. First chakra is around safety, security, sustenance. We're all out of sorts on that. So why this is really important, okay? To keep physically nourishing that chakra so we can mentally and emotionally, spiritually also nourish this. And if this is fairly easy and you want a challenge, you can start to slide it up the leg. You can bring it by the knee, but if you're at the knee, just don't push. Okay? You can also bring it all the way up into the thigh. If that is the case, keep in mind, clothes dictate if that foot stays there. Okay? I'm not quite sure. Okay? Now you can do whatever you want with those arms. You can go out, that actually helps. If you're struggling with balance, bring the arms up. You can bring them in. You can bring that leg back down to help more with balance. Okay, it's not about being here. It's about where you need to be. Okay, and then we release. Okay, and then same thing. We check in. First we shift into the right leg, re-engage the glutes so we have a solid foundation. The foot is the beginning of that foundation. There are muscles above that have to help that leg. Okay, and then you find your spot. Okay, so I know my pants are slick. I'm not interested in bringing my foot up. We re-engage the glutes, upper back as well. It's equal weight through the foot. It's not all the way into that heel where you end up locking your knee out. It's too difficult to get those glutes on. Nice. And release. Okay, I'm just going to turn to the side. We're going to take that. We're going to lean into the left hand. Left leg, open up the right hand, pick up right foot. Now, you're at home. If you need to grab something to help you, even if you're at the studio, you can still grab something at the studio. And I love how my head keeps getting cut off. Okay? We still re-engage the glutes. Maybe it's here. Maybe you're still right here. But as soon as you re-engage those glutes, you're going to feel a nice stretch coming down through the quads and the hip flexors. You then have stability. The glutes do have to help with this extension. They're extensors, okay? And release, okay? And again, I'm just going to turn to the side again. We're going to lean into the right leg, open up left hand, pick up left foot, re-engage those glutes. And again, engaging the glutes for you might knock you out and give you trouble with balance. that simply tells you what you need to strengthen, okay? You can bring the arm up, you can go out to the side, you can go out, okay? At the end of the day, it's about finding the position where it's challenging, not fighting, okay? We're already doing enough fighting, okay? And release. All right, so you're just gonna take it back to the front of your mat, and then we inhale, reach up, exhale, fold, inhale, half lift, exhale, walk or jump back. Your high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Okay, so we're gonna come down to the knees. If you need padding for your knees, definitely grab a blanket or a pillow or anything. You can also do the same for your hands if you want. So we're gonna send the left leg out behind you, keep it on the ground. Extend the right arm out in front of you, keep it on the ground. Before we lift, we want to engage the glutes, upper back. In the upper back, you do that by just pushing that floor away so you're not sagging in the shoulder. And I know it's tough to see on this. And the abdominals. And then we lift. So again, you're not sagging, you want to push the floor away. I'm not going to hang out here very long. We're going to bend the left leg, reach around, find your foot or ankle. So if you can't find it from this top position, just bring your knee back down, shift backwards, get a hold of your foot. If you end up here, that's fine. Don't sag in the shoulder to find a higher leg. We want to make sure that the shoulder has integrity while we're doing the stretch. No reason to traumatize a joint to make it look like you're stretching. And release. Reach for the front, reach for the back. We're going to take that right hand to the floor. We lean into the right hand, bring left leg through. Okay? So 90 degrees on the back leg, 90 degrees on the front leg. Okay? We're going to tuck that tail under. Going to bring your right arm up. You're going to side bend to the left that is potentially away from me. Okay? And then just opening up those shoulders a bit. Okay? And then release. You're going to take left leg out just a little bit further. We want to square those hips up. If you can't get the hands up the spine, because the wrists and shoulders don't allow for that, you can take the hands down or just wrap your hands around the waist. Okay? So that foot goes flat, we bend the knee, we engage the glutes. Again, for stability, that's what we're looking for, is stability right now. We open up the chest, we push those hips forward. Maybe you go back. Okay? Now, we release. Hands to the inside of the foot. Girls, girls. My dogs are playing right next to the tripod. Send the leg back. Thank you. And now, finding tabletop. Now we're going to extend left or right leg out behind you, right arm out in front of you. We re-engage the glutes, abs, upper back. Again, this one you can really see where I really try to pop out of that arm. And we lift. Okay, now we bend. Left leg, reach around and find, or right leg, reach around with the left hand to find your foot or ankle. Once again, if you can't reach it from the top, you just put it down, shift backwards. Okay, now. And again, we don't want to sag in the shoulder. We push. Thank you. And release. So we're going to take the left hand down. Oh, which leg am I on? Now bring your right leg through. 90 on the front, 90 on the back. All the weight's on the back leg. We tuck the tail. We bring left arm up. We side bend to the right. And then release. Take your leg out in front. Again, we want to square those hips around. I should just turn around for you. Okay. Hands either up or down or at the waist. Okay. We let the foot go to the floor. We bend the knee. We engage the glutes. We push those hips forward. We open up the chest. I'm going to turn to the side again so you can get a little bit different view. And then going back. Okay. So again, you want to work with this. So anticipating that puppies will do stuff like this and that you're ready. Okay. So then that way you don't get mad at them. Okay. Because they are babies. Okay. And then we're going to release. I'm just going to have you cross your ankles and sit. And I'm going to try to get a little closer now. Oh, maybe I won't. Video won't let me. Okay. So, this is where when I did my bar class that it all went to hell with the dogs. But that's okay. Dixie or Daisy, no. Okay. All right. So, legs can be straight out, okay? Cross one ankle above the knee, lean back, and we're getting into a seated pigeon, okay? Now, my hips are actually quite tight because I already did a bar video. I already walked all the dogs, and I do that individually, so I walked for about an hour and a half. So I actually feel this as a really good stretch. But let's say you don't today. You can drop that bottom leg and get into double pigeon. Yeah, so they're tight. They're tight today. So I'll have to try this again later. Okay? And then we're just going to release. Straighten out the right leg, cross the left ankle above the right knee, and bending the leg. And again, you don't want to be here to try to find it. You want to try to find length. If you walk right by there, it doesn't matter because it's part of the world. You're not even, oh. Steve's gonna be on YouTube. Okay. Again, this is the world we're in at the moment. Sometimes I used to be embarrassed. Remember, you can go into double pigeon. I used to be embarrassed about working out in front of Steve or anybody else when I was at home, which is really weird since I do that for a living. And so really we just have to forge through that so we can get to our goals, so we can find that inner peace, so we can get stretched out, so we can get stronger, so we can get more flexible. And I know it's like, oh, I'm embarrassed. They probably think I look dumb, and they probably don't. Or the kids probably just want to join you, okay? Because they're having fun, up to a certain age, I'm sure. But all right, so we're just going to get into a nice straddle. Again, if you get sucked under, you can grab a blanket or a prop to get you up. You want to be as close to getting that sacrum perpendicular to the floor as you can. Now, that's not feasible for everybody. So you just do the best you can, and that's it, okay? We can't ask for anything more, okay? So we're just gonna take one arm up, and we side bend. So if this is really difficult for you, because your legs are really close and you're sucked under, your arm doesn't have to go in front and go behind you, okay? Here comes Daisy again. Daisy's definitely very active. And we're going to rotate around, and we can take that arm just to the outside of the leg somewhere, okay? It doesn't have to be the foot. Again, I'm trying to get more into that side body to help you out. And I know as the sun is starting to change, there's more glare. Again, this is a work in progress as well. Since I did decide, since I closed the studio for everyone, I included myself in on that, going there as well and go ahead and come on up. We bring the arm up, and we side bend again. It can be here, it can be here. I'm gonna go in for some business things that have to be taken care of, that can only be done through the studio, at the studio, but I just decided, even though I deep cleaned it, it's clean. Rotate around. I'm gonna keep it that way. In the sense of I've pretty much always have minimized my contact with people, not for germs. I guess I'm more introverted because of having to work with the public all day. So I'm not worried of me taking anything in. It's just that precaution that we are all taking. Okay? And then we come back up and notice I didn't go all the way. Okay? Now, I know I can go much further because I can maintain that length through my spine. If you're sucked under, you're already trying desperately to come down. If that's you, I don't want you to round more. You'll miss the stretch for those adductors. So you want to get it as much length as you possibly can, and maybe your hand position changes. Maybe it's still on top of the leg, maybe it's behind, and then we push forward, or just finding that length will start to get into the adductors. They all have different actions, okay? And one of the adductors, adductor magnus, is really close to the hamstrings as far as attachment. It's actually considered the fifth hamstring, and that's one of those ones that's actually sucking you under. It's a real specific stretch. I can do a video for it because I know a lot of people have that difficulty, okay? But I'm going to have you lay down, so and also keep in mind, as soon as I lay down, the puppies may come over. They're really distracted with this enormous branch that they brought into the house. So I'm going to leave them alone. Okay, so you're just going to lay down, hug the knees in towards the chest. And for this twist today, we're just going to take the knees, both knees to one side. Now let the bottom leg touch all the way, let your feet touch, but if that top knee pops off, let it. Take that bottom arm, take it on top of the top knee. We find an inhale as you're ready to exhale. You bring those knees towards each other as you look away. You may do that several times. Okay. And release. And bringing the knees towards each other, or to the center. You wiggle the hips around, and of course Daisy's figured out I'm on the floor. And we take the knees to the floor, to the other side. Same thing, the bottom leg is on the floor, feet are together. If those knees pop apart, just let them pop apart. Oh no. Okay. Ugh. That was a sneak attack. And then you take that bottom arm to the top knee. Extend your other arm out. You find an inhale as you're ready to exhale. Push the knees into each other and look away. Oh goodness! Remember, you wanna work with it. I don't normally work out at home. I want you to stay in the twist. I don't normally do. Daisy, give me my pen. And so they're really excited about this. And so this is just how this is. So now what I'm going to have you do is bring the knees back to center. Hugging the knees in towards the chest, wiggling those hips around. And then I'm going to have you lie on your back, extending the legs all the way out in front of you. Okay? Now if you find that it's uncomfortable to be flat on your back with the legs straight out, there's some pinching on the lower back. Hey, stop. Okay? So you can, this is always so fun. What you can do, sorry. It's becoming crazy. All right. So Shavasana. Okay, here we go. So you can bring the soles of the feet towards each other. So this isn't very relaxing for you, nor is it relaxing for me, even as I'm trying to work with it. Stop. So what you can relate this to is how our mind can get so crazy, okay? Projecting, and we can't relax. Think of these little turds as our monkey mind going crazy. And you have to do a patterned interrupt. Stop. Okay? So tell your monkey-mindedness to stop. And now I want you to close your eyes. And just notice the inhale coming in. Notice the exhale going out. And then inhale. And then exhale. And then inhale. And exhale. So now as the mind has now quieted down, you now can affirm peace, love, stability, and health. As we all know, it's going to be okay. And you may need to come back to your breath several times, telling the monkey mind to stop, and that's okay. It'll take some time. You may have to do this a lot. And just know that you're changing your mindset each time for the better. So I'm going to have you hug your knees in towards your chest, wiggling or rolling to the right or to the left, coming up to a comfortable seated position so you can seal in your practice, and knowing that we can find peace in this chaotic time. You can find peace in your chaotic house. You can tell the monkey-mindedness to stop. You may have to do that several times. And in the end, it is going to be okay. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening whenever you get a chance to watch this. Namaste.